What would you do if you had the power of invisibility?
It's amazing what you can do when you don't have to look at yourself in the mirror anymore.
Hollow Man follows Sebastian, a doctor who just cracked the code on turning primates invisible, but he hasn't cracked the code just yet on how to bring them back into the visible spectrum. But once he does, he proceeds to run human trials illegally against his government overseers. After running the trials and trying to come back into the visible spectrum, they run into a complication where the serum doesn't work the same as it does on a primate. And now he's forced to spend weeks in the invisible spectrum. Just some quick notes. There's a bit of nudity in here. There's some SA and some animal abuse. So if you're not into that, you might want to skip those scenes. So this, I kind of feel, is almost like a spiritual sequel to the other film I reviewed, Memoirs of an Invisible Man, because Memoirs explored how a normal everyday man will react to becoming invisible and being chased by a government entity. In this film, we have a narcissist, borderline sadistic person who's being turned invisible and watching how that plays out. As the film follows Sebastian, we see that he has a bit of a dark side to him that isn't quite clear. It's hinted at. It's one of those, you know, he's capable of doing more, but the social restrictions are what's keeping him from doing illegal things. So as we're following Sebastian, we see him cracking the code on bringing his test subjects back to visibility and then trying it on himself. So after he takes the invisible serum and can't come back to visibility, we start to see his invisible antics become more and more evil, to the point where he goes and does a few SA things to 2 women. And the longer he's in this state, the more aggravated he gets with his team and the state of being, because he can't see his face. He has trouble sleeping because his eyes are invisible, so he can see through his eyelids. So he ends up harming a dog. So as the story progresses, he's becoming more and more dark and breaking the rules set by him and his team about him leaving the lab when he's not supposed to. After he breaks these rules, the team decides, hey, you know what? You've broken the rules. We're going to tell the general that oversees this project what's going on and that we've broken code. So knowing this, he decides, hey, you know what? I got to start taking everybody out, because he doesn't want this out. Now he's becoming obsessed with having this gift, as he calls it. So now the body counts start rising. Starts with the general. Then when they get back to the lab, it's all the lab workers. And now it's down to the last 2 lab workers who actually uses common sense to make it out alive. And I gotta say, this film was really good. The story is solid. The script is solid. And even some of the visual effects are still solid. I mean, there are a few places here and there where it's like, okay, we could use another pass of rendering or some up-to-date rendering. But for the most part, especially for a 2000s film, this was top-notch CGI. And all the actors did a great job, making you feel like this is a real science experiment. I felt that it was competently explored what a sadistic type individual would do if they had invisibility. And yes, there's room for more exploration, but this was just the beginning. You have to keep in mind that there were restraints put on Sebastian because he couldn't be free. He could have stayed out, but he didn't want his secret to be out. So there's a whole lot of reasons in order for him to behave. And I'd have to give this a solid 4.5 out of 5 stars. And with that being said, let me know if you've seen this movie. Comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one.